Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about online courses versus offline courses. When should you consider doing an online course? What are the benefits, pros and cons of both online and offline courses? So let's get started. Online has become such a huge aspect of our lives post-COVID, and it's still continuing. Nobody in the past used to think that studying things online would be so important. But today we all know that it's almost no choice, everything has gone online. Even our kids' education, most college students are doing their education online. So you will have a lot of questions in your mind, which is what I wanted to clarify through this video. Please watch till the end, since I will be sharing some very important tips and personal experiences that I have seen and experienced as well. Now, before I get into the video, I want to share some important facts for all of you to understand. The Indian market for EdTech industry this year is about $2 billion and is estimated to become $10 billion in the next 4 to 5 years. There are 3,500 EdTech startups in India, and there are some big names as well. For example, Ronnie Screwvala, who used to run UTV, is now running an EdTech called Upgrad. We have the famous Byju's, Vedantu, Brainy, and so many more. Every day you hear about a new EdTech startup. Now, if you're wondering what is online and what an EdTech startup is, online courses are nothing but when you are able to do your training program through internet, through the video or audio sessions. And an EdTech startup is nothing but education technology company which is providing these courses online. The most interesting part is today even Ivy League colleges in the world are providing online courses. In India, the top colleges as well, including IIMs and XLRIs and IITs, or even the Ivy Leagues like Princeton, Stanford, Harvard, are providing online courses. So these are some facts about online courses. Now, offline, of course, we know how things work. We all go to the college, we sit in a classroom and we study. Now, the challenge is, what do we do now virtually? Do companies accept online certifications and online training programs? Well, the good news is organizations are now forced to accept even online is a registered training study for anyone. So there is no issues with that. To be honest with you, companies are only looking for recognized degrees. Whether it's from a top college or medium college is not the issue. Is it recognized by the government of your country? Then companies are fine with that. As I've mentioned before itself, in terms of should you go to a top college and get it or bottom college and get it, there are of course issues. I have posted a video on that which you can check as well about what is it to study in a premium college. That's more specifically for studying. But what companies look for is whether you have the knowledge of what you've studied. Can you translate that into transferable actions for the company? That's what we're more interested in. So don't worry about, if I study online, will I get a job? Will company recognize? Yes, we will recognize it. Most of them do recognize. Of course, there will be odd examples which I cannot do anything about. But don't worry about it, stress about it. That's the most important thing. Now, of course, the other important thing you want to consider is, when should you consider doing an online course? What courses can you do online? Let me tell you my personal view. This is a very personal view. People may have different views, but my personal opinion is an online course should be used as an addition or a value add when you're currently working. So let's say you are having a full-time job, but you want to upgrade your knowledge. Let's say you want to do a data science course, or you want to do something on cloud computing, digital marketing, when you're working already full-time. Then an online course makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, I'm personally not a big fan of doing online courses for the reasons that I will mention in this video as well. What's the pros and what's the cons of online versus offline courses? Now, let's start with the first one. The most easiest one that all of you will agree. It is very inexpensive to do an online course, because you know very well the college can spend much lesser in terms of infrastructure, the teachers, everything in an online course. You don't have to set up huge campuses, taking care of it, a lot of the administrative staff, all that is reduced in terms of the infrastructure of the college. So because of that, they can pass on to you all the value adds. Do you know that if you are an online education company, you can save up to 80% of CO2 emissions, which means online makes the world also environmental friendly. So that's the obvious positive. It is cheaper. And of course, second one is convenience. You don't have to travel. You can sit at home. You can log in and you can join the class, which you can't do in an offline because you will physically go. Especially in a big city like Mumbai or Delhi or Hyderabad or Bangalore, traveling to these colleges itself takes a long time. When I used to study, I used to travel every day 3 to 4 hours to go to the college, because especially engineering colleges are so far away from city because they need big infrastructure. So that 4 hours a day, it's valuable time. You can do so much of learning and education. So that's the second point, which is a positive for online classes. The third one is flexibility. You can do it when you're working, you can do it when you're not working. You can log in, you can choose courses which suits your time frame. Whereas if it's offline, you got set times you have to go to the college. So that makes it challenging and it's not easy. Online courses is also very helpful if you are a full-time mother, because you can schedule times when your kids are sleeping or in their school. You can have a mate to help you and helper to help you, then you can attend those classes during those times. Whereas in offline, you can't do that. The other thing about online courses is you can also choose short courses, like a 2-month course, 1-month course, 3-month course. You can choose a course and you can just go and attend and get your knowledge. It works. So overall, it's definitely cheaper, flexible, easier to manage, and it's more recommended if you're having a full-time job and if you're trying to upgrade yourself. The most important disadvantage for an online course is if you're sitting in front of a computer for 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day, you can start getting a bit of a headache. You're sitting all day, you know, health issues, concentrating and focusing, looking at a screen all day. And a lot of times people can switch off videos and do their own thing. So they get distracted. They're not able to focus. You know, I am a person, I struggle to focus sitting in an online meeting for long hours because your mind is just distracted. It's not so easy. That's a big disadvantage with online courses that I personally think. And secondly, or the most important thing is you do training or education to be with people and learn from them. You don't develop your interpersonal skills. You don't develop communication skills, how to handle questions. And most important is learning from peers, learning from each other. People go to college because everyone comes with different brilliance, different experiences, and they share their experiences. Staying in a campus, working out, going and eating together, having fun, all this develops your socio-economic physicality of people. Now you miss that. Now all this makes it very difficult. So I think in a lot of ways, I am a big fan of offline courses, but with the changing trends, you got to consider the merits of online courses and start using it to bring about a change in your learning abilities. I suggest if you're unsure, start with small courses. From there, you can start taking bigger courses in future. So I hope this really helped you to understand the importance of online courses and offline courses, what is better for you and what is more suited. Please subscribe to the channel and thanks for continuing to watching my videos all the time. Appreciate your time. Stay fit, stay positive, keep chasing obscene success.